Mhm. Yeah, Mario. Well, I found a girl. Oh, yeah, I can see you. Bridget Wonder. Good evening. Uh, Na me. which which omoge? uh, no omoge o mo pano. No omoge. It's too bright. Mr. Ogbede Oyo. Afana. Why you why enjoy it though? Anyway, we'll give a little bit time because I was not definitive of what program, what time of today. So what time is it now? So that probably we can wait for about 10 minutes for other people to join us, but share the live broadcast so that other people can participate in this program. Uh, okay, exactly. So that other people can participate in this program. It is most very, very important that other people participate on our. Oh well, we did the live program yesterday. It's sort of an introduction to today's program. So I'm craving the indulgence of early beds to we can wait for let's say 5 to 10 minutes more before we can proceed. I hope I'm audible enough. Is my voice okay? Um, na ezigbe here awetima. Then, so for those of you who are live, you can share the program because we're about to do something that it's for everybody. It's not for only Zodowa only. It's for everybody. All right. So uh, it's also Bungbe. Okay, we don't enter a new week. I just say Sunday not the first week. Yesterday was Happy New Week now. 7 days of the week: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I think Sunday is the first day of the week. So, all right, let us share so that we can have more audience being part of it. And if you can tag groups, if you can tag other groups to join so that other groups can. After this live broadcast, I'd like everybody to run with it. You can go to other groups and share to other groups or speak to other group leaders to also participate in our years. This year's Queen Oloi, more appropriately. Yesterday I said I'd written Queen Eden, but that's wrong. The Queen is not part of our written words, although I speak English, but we try to minimize our history as much as we can possibly. So Oloi Eden to me is more appropriate. It's more appropriate than Queen Eden. So for the sake of those who are going to be following us, we're going to be addressing as Oloi Eden. Okay. let's give a few more minutes for other people to join us. For those who have shared, thank you. Keep sharing so that we can have more persons, more people to join us because of the importance of today's topic. It's not really a topic. The importance of today's of extant part of our history. It's really very important. We have other people to join us. Okay, so we're gonna keep the fire. We're gonna keep the ball rolling, and you are very free. Please feel free to call through or participate in the program. So I think Facebook now allows people to join. If you want to join, feel free to join, and so that we can have a very robust an hour 30 minutes to about 2 hours discussion. All right. If you have historical groups who thinks like us, you can tag them so that they can see this broadcast and so that they can also run with it. Okay. Um, so that they can also run with it. So we are about to officially start. Osame, yewere o, ebaba o, kyoyana me o. We are about to officially. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, why I celebrate Happy New Year to all of you. This will just today. Oh yeah, my voice is really loud. Maybe now where I did. Just today, I wanted to do the live video that we're not doing today, but because I was a bit tired, so we had to shift it to today. Today, we are talking about. Okay, if it's too bright, let me know so that. So today we're talking about our very reviled oloi iden no, and I'm quite very excited that a lot of persons have keyed or are keen into what we started 3 to 4 years ago. It is most important that we have to understand some very few factors of why this woman has distinguished herself by her heroism. Suffice to state, she's not the only woman that has fought for this land. There were other great women. Often at times, we have argued that the Benin society is a patrilineal society. That is a society that gives more recognition to men and relegates women. Well, by the conjoint of history, it is not true, because there is no African society, I repeat, there is no African society that has had more excelled women than the Benin society. I repeat, there is no African society that has promoted or allowed women to flourish as much as the Benin society. While we maintain that though our society gives preference to male, but one way or the other, there is no society that has produced more heroic women than the Benin society. You can take these facts and cross-reference it with other facts. I I will I'm previewed to um, just a minute. Okay. Um, I was reading some of our books that was written by our most respected chief, Chief Debbie uh, the Sogman of Benin. And in one of his books, and I'll be and I'll be in my room. Now if I say one baby. You understand? Do I want to arrange one baby, man, you let me know. But for now, I'm a very responsible Benin man. Not married yet, but very responsible. A business is the other one. I came to do a good business, not be women. Uh-huh. But if you have one strong connection, call me, or chat me at the back room so that we can talk. Anyway, don't distract me. Make una not distract me. You understand? When my new Reverend Father, I found a girl. Reverend Father, now we cannot be distracted by things like this. Anyway, I wanted to give a sort of a lengthy preview of, I was trying to establish that our society. I found a girl. I beg now. Video or something. Don't distract. Don't distract my my this thing. Like I was saying, listen attentively. There are quite a lot of numbers of uh-huh. There are different. There, I want to list. I want to give some list of some female um, heroines. A lot of them. Some um, Dr. D. Edebiri in his book Benin Historical Essays by G. Edebiri, the Sovereign of Benin, listed some of the great uh, heroes, female heroes of Benin. All right. I'm going to list some of the names that he had, even if it's not a complete list, it's roundly inadequate. But let me read some of these powerful women of Benin extract. We have the first one is Princess Amy de Ogiego. For some of you who are not aware of who Princess Amy de Ogiego was, she was the wife of our beloved son Oromia, and she gave birth to our revered monarch Obayaweka the first. Then another list here is Immortan. Immortan Okawe Kyoba. You know, that's another very powerful woman. Everybody knows the story of Immortan. Another one here is Eden, oloi iden. That's the reason why we're here. The reason why we're having this conversation, why we're having this section of history is to talk about her and the day that we've marked, that the ancestors have marked for her celebration. Then we have Princess Ideleyo, all right? Um, Princess Ideleyo, for some of you, would have been the first Oba of Benin, the first female Oba of Benin. But for some circumstances beyond her control, beyond our control, the ancestors, Yamagwalo, so Omagime Barioba. She was another powerful princess. We have Eyowo. Eyowo, Oloi Eyowo. We understand Oloi Eyowo became the wife of Oba Zolwa. Oba Zolwa Neba Mekon. All right. Then we have, obviously, for some of you who do not know Eyowo, she was a former wife of Inikridi Nobelaka. She was the one who betrayed her husband and gave the secret of her husband to Ozolwa to be able to defeat his husband. You know, say women matter. You don't say that they betray men. So even in our Benin history, Eyowo betrayed the Negridi Nobelaka for Obazolo. You don't say their matter. Be so uno fear one make it begin fear. Inage, I really don't know much about this Inage. I've heard about her, but I really do not have information of um, what she represented. I think I should remember. Someone has asked me this question. I went to do a study about it. I will remember our own heroism. Then you have Imagweo. We have Imagweo. Well, for the one of Imagweo, I've often at times written by my mentor, Dr. Aisene Hagosa, I have questioned if she was real. If she was real. Then the Benin, our episodes led to our episode led to the Benin Ida War, where the Idas were roundly beaten, and they became a fast vassalage of the robust Benin Empire. We have Idia Niyesige. Idia Niyesige, she's the most famous amongst all Benin women, Benin heroes or heroines, however you want to say it. Then you have Eruvi. Eruvi was the mother of Ise Nubutekon, a very powerful sorceress who turned to a river still at Utekon to date called Eruvi. Then we have Princess Agayubini. Princess Agayubini was the daughter of Oba Osemede. All right. She became, she had a case. She wanted to also become the Oba of Benin. All right. Citing Princess Ideleyo, that if Princess Ideleyo has a capacity at that time, 400 years or so earlier, that she can also contest for it. But anyway, she was now the chiefs were able to bribe her. That shows how powerful she was. That her children will be made. Her children will be given a title and made um, and made how do you say it? The passing of uh, and the titles will be inheritable, and that's the English. All right. So she gave birth to the present day Iweri Organes, the present day they are Osulas. So the Iweri Organes and the Osulas, they are maternally related. They are maternally related to hereditary. Thank you. They are maternally related to the royal line through Princess Agayobini. Well, the other one here is Eva Hawokun. Eva Hawokun was the first daughter of Obavora Menogbaisi. Well, it's customary that in the old, every first daughter of the Oba of Benin must be betrothed in marriage to the Yasser of Benin. In case you are not aware, it used to be the tradition. So, but for whatever reason, Ibaha Okun was betrothed to the Olobose and not to Iyase Okizi, who was the Iyase at the time of Obavoram. Then Princess Iyi Wisi. Well, trust me, I don't know what I don't I don't I don't I don't know her role. Like I said, Benin history is so wide. I don't know her role, and I just hope that I'll be able to read about her someday, not too far from now. Then we have here Queen Aokun. Aokun. I also don't know her role, but if she was listed here, but let me read. I think a part of some certain things about them. Page 128. Okay. Uh, Page 128. Unfortunately for me, it is missing. That everyone, Iggy Wilson and Aokun I would have read it. Then another one, uh, um, Imazegian Gan Osa. Well, I don't know much about her, but according to what was written here, Madam Imazegianka Osa was born at Urunigbe to the family of Chief Ediaye, the Osa of Igueon. She had some children by early marriage but lost them to measles related ailment. She started trading in textile very early in life. In 1922, Madam Imazagega built a house at number 3 Higun Street, Benin City, even at the time when it was regarded as a taboo for a woman to own a house in Benin. At her trading, well, anyway, during the water rates and building rules of agitation in 1937 to 41, mobilized market women in the support of the agitators. She was also in the forefront of mobilizing the people to support the war effort of the British during the Second World War, 1939 to 1945. She died on May 1894 at the age of 68 years. She will ever be remembered for her enlightenment of the women of her time, to agitate for their right whenever such rights were infringed upon by the authorities. So you had a great woman who was also a sort of an activist, So nativism has always been part of the Edo people, even in the blood of our women. So we have the likes of Adesuwa. Everybody knows the story of Adesuwa. Then another very intriguing, interesting woman of us. Um, Another very interesting woman is a Mokbolo. A Mokbolo. That's another very interesting woman. It's called a Mokbolo. Everybody, are we aware of the story of a Mokbolo, whose husband is known to history as a Mokbaogbe? A Mokbaogbe, the Enogie of Uguni Ekorioma. All right. And it was the wife who was one of the motivational factor and all of that. So in all of that, aside that, Ipa didn't mention other powerful women like Iyenuo. Iyenuo was a powerful sorceress uh, that founded a community now called Uo in present-day Sapele Road bypass. All right. Nyowaye Okuno Benarwan. She was a very powerful sorceress. We have other powerful women like Iriaria. All right, Iriaria fought war, went on war with Ozolwa. A lot of persons have not talked about that history. It was an old man that told me, who's from Iriaria, Iriaria, that told me about that story. Otherwise, Iriaria, she's a very powerful woman, or she was a very powerful woman. And are there other ones that we've missed or we've not talked about? I think there are other handful. But in all of this, a society that have produced these very powerful, successful women. However patrilineal the society is, it means that the society supports the growth and the agitation of the women. So, in other words, we consider women to be part and parcel of of our history, and that for us is important, and that for us is important. So when our women or modern day women of Benin Extra try to bring this whole idea that we do not support women to grow, we have more than enough evidence that if you distinguish yourself as an Edo woman, posterity will always remember you. Like posterity have remembered all of this. Just like when you distinguish yourself as an Edo man. So, however, patrilineal mindsets that we have, the Benin system has also created an avenue for great women to arise, like the one of my favorite queen mother, Queen Elaba, all right, of which she founded a community now called Igwe Laba. All right, and one of the most prestigious titles, the last bearer of that title was this Urobo Ishekiri man, the first minister of finance. What's his name again? Okotebo was the last bearer of that title, the Laba title. A very noble, a very, very noble title. It was a title that Eweka II had offered Awo Obaseki, that he refused, instead opted for the Yase. Anyway, that's another story for another day. We have, and we have, there's another woman. We have another powerful woman called Queen Umelu. We have another powerful woman called Queen Umelu. Queen Umelu was the mother of Oba Buddha or Prince Odiawat or Oba Buddha Noble. These we can go on and make a very comprehensive list of great women at every part of our history, remembering their heroism. But today we want to talk about someone that I'm always sentimentally attached to. With all of these numbers of great Benin women, of all of these numbers, I quite have a sentiment attached to who or what Queen Eden represents of what Queen Eden represent, and to me, that is what is most important right now. Now we've started something about 4 years ago. We cannot go back. A lot of people have questioned the rationale behind such ideas, but like I said, today is an open idea. I don't want people to take the back seat. I want people to contribute, contributions about what you think, what can be done, and people should not shy away from raising. We have to raise funds for that day. So there is no other way for you to prove your love for the land if you cannot be able to put your 1 naira or your 2 naira into what generally concerns. All right. And when it comes to money issue, I'm usually very skeptical to speak about it because of all of these social media gossipers and talkers, so that someone should not come and say Izoduwa is using social media to want to take money from people. I don't take money from people, and it's not in my place. All right. Even me myself, I'm also going to contribute. All right, I'm going to run through. One APA has already contributed close to 500,000, and I'm contributing maybe a quarter of a million and all of that. But this, I'm going to bring the budget out. I'm going to read it, but when it gets to that time, but it could be no. I wouldn't put my account. But when we get to there, I want to, like I said, we're going to create an account. Sorry, we're going to create a WhatsApp group for this, all right? And I'm going to select a very handful of people who has been a very follower of Uwaron, like a sort of a diaspora committee on Queen Eden's Day 2022. A sort of a diaspora committee on Queen Eden's Day 2022. All right? We're going to create a diaspora committee. We're going to create it here, and most of the people here live, I'm going to I'm going to I'm going to select name of the people, most especially the people who have been following me. It's not important whether you have money to donate and all of that. That's not what is important. What is important is um, we have to play one role or the other. Those who can bring money. Those who can spread the news, and those who can run with the idea, spread the news, let it get to as much as people that he wants to get to. These are Everyone must have a role to play at the end of the day. All right, it's next month. We have about approximately 1 month from today. Now, I why does Queen Eden deserve a day in Benin Kingdom calendar? Why does Queen Eden deserve a day in Benin Kingdom calendar? This is a question that anybody can easily ask. All right, and this is the answer to that question. Without Queen Eden, there would have been no Benin Kingdom. How is that even important? Um, Lugard, my brother, please, I don't think you should distract us with whether it's summer. How's that even important? There are there are more than 1,000 chieftaincy titles. Isama is not in top 40. Isama is not in top 40 chieftaincy titles in Benin Kingdom. Top. It's more of like a ceremonial title that doesn't really have function in the palace. Not all chiefs have a function in the palace. Some are ceremonial. So Isama not going to the palace is because he doesn't. It's a ceremonial title. When you are doing quite traditional function in the palace, it doesn't have a role to play. It's ceremonial. Anyway, I don't want to get distracted about that. But that's not even our concern. Whether Isama goes, it's like asking. Anyway, Um, so, like I was saying, strictly, we're talking about Queen Eden. I don't want distractions. I want us to concentrate on Eden. All right. I want us to concentrate on Eden. So, um, if you not want us to talk about an important personality like Queen Eden, you can excuse us. So when some other time when we're talking general questions, you can come back and we can take that. But for now, someone as important as Queen Eden should be talked about and not someone like Isama. All right? I'm not saying that Isama is not important. I'm just saying that what Eden has done for Benin Kingdom, a million of Isama would not have been able to do it. Okay? And um, and that to me is why we are creating a day. That to me, that's why we are creating a day, or that is why we have created a day for her. It's not we are not creating; we've done that. A lot of persons could have asked on which authority. Well, Odo level or Sioba. That is what we've always been told. All the decisions that I've taken for the past 5 years, I did not wait for the palace before I took the decision. The reason is because I feel that all these thoughts, all of these deeds are good and of pure minds. No greed attached to it, no selfishness attached to it. It's for the greatness and the upliftment of our kingdom. So the GBD for the past 3 years have been celebrating Queen Eden's Day on February 14th. Last year, a young lady, I can't remember her name, questioned the rationale for us picking February 14th. And why not pick another day? All right. This is my very simple answer. Our, our argument was that February 14th is Valentine's Day. My argument is this: February 14th, Valentine's Day is not recognized on the Benin calendar as Valentine's Day because we don't know who Valentine is. We don't. So it is not our business for the fact that if there is a ceremony, if we have an Edo Day, if the Oba of Benin declares Edo National Day and it coincides with European whatever day, it doesn't mean we have to shift ground for European Day because that's the day they celebrate theirs. How's that our business? February 14th is not owned by Valentine. It's not our business. We have a reason for choosing that day. Because instead of we choosing pornography, instead of we choosing immorality in our society, we intend to replace that immoral day, a European, westernized, fucked up, immoral day in Benin calendar, and replace it with a true, genuine love. Instead of our people impregnating, making a lot of baby mamas on February 14th, we want to replace it, or we have replaced it by the power of God and our ancestors, to replace it with what is really vital to our history and what is really very important. Jesus Christ was not born December 25. Jesus Christ was born somewhere around October. But there was a pagan festival that was being celebrated in Europe, December 25. And the Catholics of the old wanted to replace that day. Wanted to replace that day. All right? And they had to choose 25. And they succeeded. So that's how you blot westernization or colonial idealism from the mind of the people. So a day that we celebrate nonsense European people, you replace it with your own idea. That's how you go about it. You are not correct, Owosa. February 14 is not owned by Europeans. February 14 is not owned by the Europeans. It's not owned by Europeans. And we should not be because a program. What if February 14th was the day Queen Eden died? Because there is a Valentine's Day and you are not telling us that we shouldn't do it that day? Come on. We should bring objectivity into ideas and not subject ourselves to all of those. That's why I said I'm not going to refer to her as queen, because she isn't. It is oloi, and February 14th is not owned by European, and February 14th is not part of our history. Bobrisky came the other time and said the abomination. A lot of people could have kept quiet because it's part of their history, but ours is not part of our tradition, and we'll have to send her out of the state. That is because we know it is not part of our tradition. All right? So that's exactly what we want to do. So I don't think there's an uproar about that. February 14th is perfect because all that we know is Queen Eden. Understand? So all that we know is Queen Eden. Whatever activities that happens on February 14th all over the world is not our concern. And it shouldn't be. Nobody should dictate when we have to choose a day to celebrate one of our own. If India died on October 1st, for the fact that Nigeria is celebrating independence on October 1st, does that mean we have to push India's day to another day because we want to fit in into Nigeria concept or fit in into European concept? That becomes the basis of the argument. We do not subscribe to whatever European idealism. We do not subscribe whatever to African idealism. We are Benin people. We have our own ideas and we have our own calendar. We have a concept of what the ancestors and God have given to us, and that's what we are following. And every other thing, it's inimical. It's not important to us as a people. And that's the concept of what it's all about. So, it doesn't really matter. It's a lot of persons are accepting it. And people, like I said, me, I've always said my own. Some people feel I'm a rascal. Some people feel that I do not know what I do. But I always tell people, like what our brother suggested that Nwamagbe probably saw that we've been doing this. Akobegan was told, Akobegan did a video on this because one of the EPA, Dr. Modion, told him about it. All right, a lot of these people are taking cue from what we started 3-4 years ago. But like I said, it's not important who started it. But just for the record, it was an idea that was born out of my head when I was at Ugbiyoko. All right? But it doesn't have to be only me running it with it. It's a global thing. It has to be a global thing. It has to be celebrated by every adult man out there. All right? There's so much history that we can share amongst ourselves. And that is why I'm saying that it doesn't have to be about my group, Association of Association of Great Benin Descendants. It has to be about everybody, every group agreeing, all right, to doing it, because I'm not the owner of Queen Eden. Eden is not from my village, all right. I'm not related to her. Eden, she's from Okanio. I said it all the time. That's where she came from. There are about 11 Oka, Abi, but the exact one that she came from is Okanio. That's where Eden came from. And that's where we're going to start this year's procession rites. So everybody is going to assemble at Okanio. That's where we're going to start the procession rite. So this year's Queen Eden's Day is going to be beautiful by God's grace, and we pray to God, and I'm still calling her Queen. This year's oloi Eden's Day. All right, it's difficult. We'll get there. We'll get there. We have to program ourselves to unprogram what we've been programmed with. It's going to be big, but being big depends on how we take this thing very seriously. All right, this we've had series of how do I put it? We've had series of meetings. We've had series of meetings, and we have come to series of agreements. We're going to make a lot of billboards. We're going to make a lot of flyers. We're going to make a lot of handbills. All right. I'm currently working on 10 facts about oloi Eden. Eloi is plural. Oloi Eden, 10 facts about her that we're going to put on flyers, that we're going to distribute to a lot of people. All right. A lot of people so that they can know 10 things about her. All right. I just hope I'm able to come up with 10 fantastic facts about her. Um, um, yeah, with the hope. The concept is you carry an idea, you run with it, the entire Benin people start running with it. A lot of larger percentage. See, do you know how you get the Benin king to act? It is not by waiting for him to approve things. I've always told everything that I've done in the past for 5 years, I never waited for approval. If I'd waited for approval, maybe we'll not have a group called Association of Great Benin Descendants. A lot of groups are now saying these listing Benin descendant as even the ideas. Those were not the ideas. Those were our ideas because we traveled to all of these places. So we've met with all of these people. So we know our descendants wherever they are located at or wherever they are located in. All right. Those were the ideas. But today, a lot of people are not familiar with these are Benin descendants. All right. That's because we moved. If we've not started something that we started 4 or 5 years ago, I'm sure that there would have been so much enlightenment that a lot of Edo people on social media now have. We didn't have to wait for the palace. We knew what we were doing is right. We knew what we were doing is pure. I always use the word right, pure, all right, and true. It's because a lot of persons have a mindset of always starting up something in a bid to um, find business out of it. All right. We've never had any of those intention. We still don't have any of those intention. We just do what we do because we love our land, like I always say. So when you're quite very familiar with me, you understand that that is what we represent as a group, and that's what is most important to us. Giving services to our land and to our people without um, without thinking of ever benefiting from what you do. And to me, that is really very important to me because that is patriotism. That is what we call patriotism. So, but now, I would like, if you have any observation, if you have any contribution, you can call through, you can join so that you can also speak to us about what you think about Queen Eden's Day, February 14th every year. Something we've been doing for the past, since 2018. That's almost 4 years now. Something we've been doing for almost 4 years now. No, 2017. Almost 5 years now, since 2017. So, in case you're not aware, we've been doing it, but it's just that it's been done with the little resources and all of that we have, sparingly that we have. But you can take it a more step further. You can take it a more step further so that we can make more people to believe in this very powerful in this very powerful woman that is commonly referred to as Queen Eden. So, and that to us is very important. So, if you want to contribute, you can contribute. No, Ona dewuye itao meitao. Mm, mhm. All right. We're going to call. I'm going to call this thing out. We answer it here. Okay. Mr. Paul Philip, which of the country are you domiciled? Mr. Paul Philip, which of the country are you domiciled? Answer. Mr. Paul Philip. Yewunuye. We have a budget for oloi Eden's Day. I'm just going to read it out while I'm waiting for Mr. Paul to reply my the question that I've asked. The total budget sum for what we are marking for oloi Eden's Day, it's approximately 1.9 million. Approximately 1.9 million. We have ITV radio advert, which is 80,000. We have ITV radio advert, which is 80,000. They'll be doing ITV radio advert. Maybe they'll be doing the advert like 4 times in a day for 1 month. Will cost us 2 times in a day for 1 month is for 28 days is 40,000. So if you make it 4 times in a day, that will give you 80,000 to do ITV radio advert. We have a man around town / rush hour pigeon program. It's 15,000 for a section. Maybe we can do maybe 5 sections in a space of 4 weeks. Maybe 5 sections. Then we have billboard. Mark as 650,000. We have billboard. That took you like forever before you replied, Mr. Paul. We have billboard, which is 650,000. If anybody can be writing it on the screen, it will not be bad. Please, you can write it on the screen. It will not be bad. ITV radio adverts is 80,000. We have man around town / rush hour. We have 15,000. We don't know how many sections, but we just wrote 15,000. Then we have billboard for 650,000. Well, we are doing 10 billboards. To rent a billboard for 1 month is 35,000. Then to print the size of the standard size of billboards in Benin is 20 by 10. To print that 20 by 10, to print that 20 by 10, it's 30,000. So that is every billboard is 65,000. You rent it for 35,000 a month. Then to print the billboard you put on what you've rented is 30,000. So 65,000 for one billboard. So when you multiply it times 10, we want to have 10 billboards in Benin. I think we even need to start doing the billboards now almost immediately. I don't want anybody to send money, as a matter of fact. I want everybody to say, okay, I'll pay for one billboard, I'll pay for two billboards, something like that. Let's then that's to do 10 billboards, we give 650,000. Now we're doing a DJ. The DJ that will play that day, we are marked 50,000. We marked 50,000. Then we have load bed. That load bed, it's 65,000. You know what a load bed is? A load bed is a bulldozer. Actually, a load bed. It's 65,000. All right, so that's a load bed actually. Then we're doing handbill. The handbills that we're going to share for people to be aware of oloi, iden, it's marked as 100,000. It's marked as 100,000. Then it's not bird, it's bed. BED. It's not bird, it's bed. A bed in oloi, load bed. So the handbill is 100,000. Then we have a press conference, a pre-press conference. The press conference will be February 12th, which will be on Saturday. So the Queen Eden's Day, I think February 14th, which is February 14th, is on Monday. All right, we're going to be having a press conference February 12th. And we are marked 150,000 to run that press conference for us. All right. We have a press conference February 12th. We are marked 150,000 to do a press conference that will usher in the main program, which will be like on Monday. Then we have 4 banners. I have banners in the so I die and I have your load bed and all of that. It's 15,000 for one of the banners, so we're doing 4, so that's 60,000. That's 60,000. Then we have posters, which is 10,000. We have posters. Want to gun posters on some strategic places, around Upper Oka area, so that they can be aware that we're celebrating one of their own, which from Okanio. Okay, so that posters 10,000. We do that. Then we have t-shirts. All right, I think the design of the t-shirt is already out or so. All right, but we'll make the design available very soon. We are marked 280,000 for that. All right, we are marked 280,000 for that. All right. Then that's for t-shirts. I think the t-shirt is for 50 persons. I can't really remember. It was one EPA that calculated it. I think it's into printing. Then we have refreshments. All right, we have refreshments. That refreshment is 300,000. We have refreshment for 300,000. Then Lastly, we have security to ensure that every place is not rowdy and all of that. So I was asked, even when I didn't want to agree, I was asked to write 100,000. I feel that some of these security guys are supposed to do it for us for free because the refreshment is 300,000 or not 300 naira. Thank you, you're doing a great job. So refreshment is 300k, then security is 100k. So when you do the mathematics, all right, you're going to be having 1,880,000. 1,880,000. It's February 14th. 1,880,000 as a total amount for that day. All right, but every single fund has to start being made available. In all of these 1,880,000, one man who was also a dream bearer, who was also like a bearer, like he also had the mindset, he also had the revelation that we need to start doing. We need to start remembering Queen Eden. Queen Eden's Remembrance Day is not. I might have been the first person to publicly come out with it because, to an extent, I'm a social media person. But there were other people who Queen Eden carry a bema even long before me. All right, there were people who had always had it in mind, although they went to politicians and all of that. Kind of Magbaya. If you want to do anything in Edo land, just go ahead and do. Say you want to go and meet one elite or the other one to support you. Well, that's the beginning of the failure of what you want to do, what you wanted to genuinely do. So that's part of my success story. I don't wait for anybody to authenticate what I want to do. I know no home. And bill is not 100,000. Oh, sorry, yes. Okay, Anbi is 100,000. White posters is 10,000. Yes, Anbi is 100,000. So I don't wait for any of these people to authenticate what I want to do. As far as God and our ancestors have sent me to do it, I just go ahead and do it. So, like I said, that IPA, Dr. Morodion, he volunteered to take care of. I think he volunteered to take care of something worth 400,000. He volunteered to take care of something worth 400,000 that day. I think that was Tuesday. So we're very happy. He's taking care of 400,000. So there's already 400,000 out of the 1.880, 1,880,000. All right, one Dr. Morgan already volunteered. It's also one of the Queen Eden's idea bearer. So it's an advanced man of an area in the 60s. So, but he's very excited about this. My pa, Dr. Morgan. So he volunteered to make 400,000 available. That day, I also volunteered that I was going to take care of the handbill, which is 100,000, and also take care of the ITV radio advert, which is 80,000. So I also volunteered to also support with 180,000. Okay, so Dr. Morion is supporting with 400,000. Then I am supporting with 180,000. So technically, we have 580,000 acts of the 1,880,000. So we have 1.3 million to raise. And all of these things, we're not waiting because all of these things need to start running. A lot of these things need to start running. It's only very few that will need few days to, or the very day. All right. But like the radio advert has to start running, like the billboard, the radio advert and the billboard needs to start running almost immediately. But much later, the handbill can come in, the load bag can come in, the t-shirt can come in, the banner can come in, the refreshment can come in, the security can come in. So what we really need now while raising order is a radio advert. I think I will reach out to Erimaga Utete Negabi to do a voiceover of the radio advert, and I'll pay ITV 80,000 this coming week so that the radio advert can start running. Because we have 28 days for it to run, and today is 10th already. So before now, around in the next 4-5 days, by God's grace, I should make 80,000 available for ITV to start running the radio advert. All right, I'll contact Erimaga Utete Negabi to do a voiceover of 1 minute for Queen Dance, and we'll make the soft copy available for people to also play. So basically, aside that, we also have the billboard to start running. We also have the billboard to start running. So one of our sisters saying is going to do security. Now, before people start saying I will handle these, okay, before people start saying handbills and all of that. Before people start saying handbills and all of that, thank you. I'm already seeing people say I will do security, I'll do handbill. I thank all of you. That is why I was asking for Mr. Paul Philip. Mr. Paul Philip, no, one billboard is 65. I'll be paying for one billboard. Mr. Paul Philip, one billboard is not 35, it's 65. So to pay for a billboard, that space, in one coin, it's 35,000 to pay for it for a month. No, you also will print the banner. Now hang it up. So to print the banner that you will hang on a billboard is 30,000. Then the space that you are renting for 1 month is 35,000. So one billboard is 65,000. So that is why I was calling Mr. Paul Philip. He has always been an ardent follower of Owaron. So Mr. Paul Philip, you'll be setting up a WhatsApp group. You'll be setting up a WhatsApp group, and you will be the chairman. You know, if you will not give a responsibility, you will not agree act. So that you know say leadership they add well. So Mr. Paul Philip, you will volunteer. No, you are not volunteering. You don't even have a choice. I have volunteered you today to be the chairman of Queen Iden Day Planning Committee Diaspora. I give you that position today. You will be seconded by Monsieur Ekwase. All right, the chairman of the committee. Someone be taking note. Someone should start writing them down now. Anyway, the chairman of the committee will be Paul Philip. All right. The vice chairman of the committee will be Monsieur Ekwase. Then the secretary, she has been giving me tough time for a very long time. All right, Princess Osamu Diame. Oh, secretary or treasurer. Giawa treasurer ne. This Princess Osamu Diame. She's always giving me fire. All right. We need to create like 5 positions. Chairman Paul Philip. Someone be writing it down. Chairman Paul Philip of you must no. That's a problem. You guys don't want to take responsibilities, but I've given you the responsibilities. You will be the secretary. I've said it. There's nothing you can say no. Otherwise, Chairman Paul Philip, vice chairman on gender equality. Like I said, gender equality. Will be Monsieur Ekwase. Okay, someone be taking it notes. That's one. It doesn't concern me. I've told you. The secretary, Princess Osamu Diame. So when you get to the committee table, you can resign. But here, you've been given. Earlier, I spell it Maswell is SUEN. IMASUEN. That's how you spell the maximum. Emunimeria. So on her, then the PRO, the PRO, that's a problem. That's a problem. No. Do you think, let me tell you people something. Do you know how uncomfortable it is for me to be in the hotel room and be doing a live video? I flew in from Benin yesterday. I came for a business. I came for a business meeting. I'm setting up something here in Abuja. So I don't have that time too. Not gonna busy. Now, I busy well. Uh-huh. So none of you, all of you are saying that no, no. You see, that's what we are talking about. None of you want to take responsibilities. None of you want to take responsibilities. But the point is, you have to. You have to take the responsibility. Otherwise, now they fall my hand. Tomorrow, now, if you call me for WhatsApp or for Facebook, I don't come and sound. I know say the verse for me. Because you have to take responsibility. Being busy is never an excuse. I'm not just looking for people who brings 20,000, 50,000, who brings 100,000. I'm looking for people who are committed to see that the program is a success. And that is what we are most important. Otherwise, I get people, me will feel bring you 1 million now when I feel contacts. When be big boys for Abuja, for Lagos. But when you put your 50,000 in something and you see it to the end, to the latter, it's very, 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 it makes more sense. Because right now, it's been like a couple of very few of us that have been carrying the problem, any problem that is in Benin. Like when Bobrisky was misbehaving, I remember I received more than 30 calls. I didn't talk about the matter because I was like, why we mean wow? Now a committee is being created. A committee is being created. Someone is saying I'm not ready for this yet, bro. Anyway, if you guys don't want to handle any of the position, if any of you don't want to handle any of the position, no problem. No problem. No problem. Presence of Samudian, exactly. Then let's commit the most troublesome maker in on social media. Eduwe Ofo. Where is him? I'm looking for him now. Let's commit him. Put Eduwe Ofo Osebige as PRO. Number 4. We have 2 male, 2 female. Paul Philip, chairman. If he doesn't want to accept that position, Paul Philip as the chairman, you can officially write to us that you decline, stating all the reasons why you don't want to. Then we can get another chairman to represent. But for now, you remain the chairman, treasurer. Then the PRO, Eduwe Ofo, our troublemaker brother. I went in that BNA. Eduwe Ofo Osebige. Put him as the PRO. Then lastly, the secretary. Let me look for someone, another very strong follower of this group. Bridget Wonder. I am one year secretary. She's a strong follower of this group. No, okay, no. Let's not use Bridget Wonder. Let's use So Indo accepts. Muna put as PRO for the committee. Then Osasu Ilaide. He has been keeping. I don't even know whether Ilaide Osasu. Let's put keeping noticing. let's put he or she. Sorry, I don't know whether Osasu is both for a male and a female. So let's put her as secretary. So Wagbanereyo. Paul Philip as the chairman. Paul Philip as chairman. Paul Philip as chairman. Meshe Ekwase as vice. Secretary Osasu Ilaide. Oni ha. PRO Eduwiyofo Osemegie. Then we can't wait for other members now. Then who is I say the fifth one? You know, vice list the names so that at the end of today, the chairman, no, the PRO now, PRO, you reach out to each and every one of your executive members, you collect their telephone number, you open a WhatsApp group, all right? You also add me to the WhatsApp group called Oloi Iden's Day Committee, Diaspora. Find a way, but it's Diaspora Committee because we have a committee here in Nigeria. We should also have a Diaspora Committee over there. All right. So we have, I think, so we have the list now, right? We have the list now, isn't it? I think we've gone somewhere. If it's only that we feel do today, that's good. So that they can be having meetings, they can be planned. Okay, good. Chairman, Mr. Paul Philip, Miss Mercy Ekwase, and Miss Mercy Ekwase, and I say she will arrange one fine girl, give me. Then I have one, I mammy fine girl. Secretary Princess, PRO Eduwiyofo, area spell Eduwiyofo. But the last one, no. The secretary is not Princess Osamodi, I mean treasurer. Princess Osamodi, I mean is treasurer. The secretary is Osasu. Ilaide, where is she? Or where is he? The treasurer is Princess Osamodi. Then he would draw money. See my hand now. You see any ring? When me ring it up back. You understand? You see any ring? Anyway, Prince Ogi, NS, and so on. You asked me a question. For obvious reasons, I didn't reply because it is not something I can type. It is something when we see, I will tell you what you want to know. All right? Because I can also put it in public because of the sensitivity around it. I can't tell you. Obviously, there are a lot of things I don't talk about. It's one of those things. So, anytime I am here, we will talk about it. It's not as if I didn't see it. I obviously didn't know what to tell you. Obviously, I'm not a good typer. Most times I've been tagged in posts. I remember the Igbo people tagged me in a post recently about if I'm able to produce that there is no document before 1968 that talked about Queen Idia. Because of that, Queen Idia do not exist. Okay, well, Igariwa didn't talk about Queen Iden. It therefore means that Eden did not exist. Igariwa didn't talk about my village, Igbekwe. It therefore means that Igbekwe does not exist. So, they said that because Igariwa did not talk about Queen Idia, it therefore means that Queen Idia does not exist. Okay. Like I said, Igariwa did not talk about my village, Igbekwe. I'm sure Igariwa did not talk about your own village, my brother Prince, a war mama. It therefore means that your villages do not exist because whatever Igariwa never talked about does not exist in Benin. That's what they said. So anyway, like my usual self, I ignore people. So it's futile. It's a futile thing for you to tag me on post. I won't reply if it doesn't make sense. If you want me to reply, come to Uwaron page and ask your question. If I'm in a good mood, I will answer. If I'm not in a good mood, I will not answer. I don't answer useless people. I don't try to convince any people by. I tell people the last thing I want to do is write and try and prove about my Benin history to anybody. If I talk, you know, like they call me extremist. They declared me extremist. As a matter of fact, you can never see Zodua going to anybody's platform to go and challenge anybody for whatever they believe. It doesn't concern me. What you believe is not my problem. Whether you feel that it was if you even tell me on social media that my own father is from Ile-Ife and you tag me, I won't reply you. That's your own belief. For the fact that you say my father is from Ile-Ife, does that make it from Ile-Ife? Man, you understand? So, so try. No, it is according to our revered monarch. It is one of my greatest lines in his coronation speech in October 20, 2016. I always say it all the time. He said, "It is not in our place to force our history on our neighbors." It is not in our place. It is not in our place. We are not. It is not in our place for whatever anybody think that is what they know about Benin history. That is not what was passed down. I cannot go and believe a stranger over what my ancestors have told me. I can't believe a stranger over what my ancestors have told me. I can't believe a stranger's story over the story that has been passed down for generations upon generations. It is not possible. That is why, if anybody wishes to convince Izoduwa, you are wasting your time. I will tell you why you are wasting your time. First, I have known things through divine providence. I have been showed things. I have been taught by those who have lived hundreds of years back. They have showed me things about the history of my land, and I'm convinced about it. So, it is not a matter of, you cannot go and convince me, you, a 50 years old man, when people have lived thousands of years back, have said that Eriaya Boedo. So, that is why my least worry is to get our people to start possessing the greatness that they truly possesses, not what any other persons write about me. When I get invited to Clubhouse, I tell them that don't make it sound as a debate. Don't make it sound as a debate, because it is not. All right? Don't let it sound as a debate, because it's not. It's not important. So the committee that I have created, please, PRO Eduwuyofo Osebege. Now, you have to contact Mr. Paul Philip, and every person, please, has to be contacted. So I'm sure from time to time, we're going to from time to time, we're going to be having a very constant live video so that we can give report of how much we've raised, and we have to raise as much as we can so that we can do this program. All right. Edu belongs to everybody. We should quit allowing just very few people to take up that mantle. All right. It is all for the good of our people. It is all for the good of our land. I've always been saying it. Let's take it as a responsibility. The secretary, the proposed secretary, she hasn't replied. Is it that we change her? Because you know we accept her a duty of her. So if anybody do not accept their duty, all right, if anybody do not accept their duty, let me know so that we can replace them. But meanwhile, this this set of people must find a way to reach out to other members and challenge other members, take it as their own personal project. Oloi Eden's Day, February 14th, 2022 should be a shutdown. A lot of people has to be aware. It's about awareness first. We know a time will come. It might even be a state government thing. All right. It might even be a state government thing. You get? So okay. Let me not make this guy banned from block. Okay. Okay. Sorry. So so sorry. I had to block him. It's distracting all of us. So like I've said, um, let's do it that way. Hmm? So if there are any other questions, so that we can round up. Uh, that's why I make you treasurer. I know, so you feel run away. Bolian, Bolian kakabo, all right. Bolian, drag them. Bolian. So please, you reach out to every other Edo person. Please, PRO, create a group, a WhatsApp group. Create a WhatsApp group for everybody to make out the Association of Great Benin Descendants as the frontier, as the association championing the program. We'll make the account available. All right. We'll make Association of Great Benin Descendants account available. I think. Do any of you people have that account? Otherwise, would have made it available now. Would have made it available now. Okay. Trying to see whether it's available so that we can make it available now. I want to see whether I can get it so that we can make it available now for all of you. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're about rounding up. So, what's the name of the account? Say the name. The account is, yes, now is the GBD account now. That's GBD account. If you have it, you can post it here, please. If you have it, please post it here so that people can have the Association of Great Benin Descendant accounts. All right, so that people who already aligned all of it, the total amount that we've aligned is 1,880,000. Of that 1,880,000, one Dr. Mo Odion has volunteered 400,000, and I myself has also volunteered to pay 180,000. So we have 580,000 out of the total 1,880,000. So we now have 1.3 million or thereabout for us to raise in the shortest period of time amongst ourselves as Benin people, so that we can have a very successful program. And while we're doing that, what is also most important is that we should keep spreading the Queen Eden Day or oloi Eden Day to every nooks and cranny around ourselves, amongst our family members. And that is how we can grow the idea, and that is an idea that we must grow. Like I've said, I'm sentimentally attached to her because I know what she represents, and I'm sure, like I have said in one of our live broadcasts, that when we do that, things will begin to change in our land. All right. According to a power Morodion, Dr. Morodion, he said, "What's in Nedunaiwa? Why is Edo? What Edo was known for? Why is it reducing all the time?" Like I was saying, where do he but when you say that sort of a lot of questions, the Benin should be proactive to ask that most of these things that we complain about are not ordinary. And people who have practically had to look back into history to try to find out why a lot of these things happening to us are not ordinary has pointed it to Eden. And they believe that if we can be able to remember her, things will begin to change for the better of our land and for the better good of our people. And that's why we are here, to ensure that we're part of that history making program. And we hope that sometime in the nearest future, her day is recognized by His Royal Majesty, the Oba of Benin. So these, amongst every other thing, it's what we've prayed for, and by God, and by the power of God and our ancestors, we're going to get there strongly and firmly. So I thank all of you. I appreciate all of you. We've done almost an hour, 30 minutes. If there are questions that you want to find that you can ask, I'm getting exhausted. Owe umene. Me want to relax in Abuja, man. I mean, not the waste time. Sharp, sharp. Send on. I collect your number. Other. No, the venue is going to be the venue is going to be, this kick-off point is going to be at Okanio. That is a no-gi of Oka's palace along the road close to Oka Market. That will be the kick-off point because she's from Okanio. Do you get? Saying don't create the WhatsApp. Add everybody, including David Osaro. Add his number, okay? Una will cook now. We put on a refreshment. You understand? Maybe you maybe if you even come where we fly in, what do I head of cooking service? We can make it as big as we want it to be, actually. It depends on what we can do. All right. Reach out to people. Reach out to people, bring them in, enlighten them on your groups, on your pages, on your Facebook page. Let social media, all of those, some of those are nuisance Edo people on social media. Ni temekia wuhe. Ni wa temekia wuhe all the time. Bridget Wonder, are you a Obiahi Abi? Bridget Wonder, I don't know whether you're a man or a woman. I wish I did Nigeria. Now if for your con cook. No. What are you a male or female? I don't know. I want to know. Bridget Wonder. It can be a male. It can be. I beg, make it a secretary. Make it a secretary. Since make it a secretary. I do it for reach out to Madam Bridget Wonder. You see, Facebook not they make us know Iye who be gay, That's why I know they want the green toast. Maybe I toast Iye when we dog back because No, 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 no. This is not a group. When UKGB was being formed, your president came to meet me in Benin. I'm also a member of UKGB. But this is not a group, it's a committee. Like I told you, I don't form groups. The major reason Uwaron does not have a WhatsApp group is because it's not a group. It's just a place where we can talk, have fun, not cash cruise and talk about history. That's all. Yeah, it's not a group. A committee, no. So immediately after the committee, it will also be deleted immediately after the program. It's a committee, it's not a group. Committee were not just to sensitize the people, gather with funds, sensitize the people. So anyway, Iye Debayan as secretary. You understand? Mm. So maybe when I go to you, you have the levity to plan and strategize on your own. And so but along the line you can do. Hey, I don't see her. Why she not come online today? If Ike. I wish me see her today. Now she or even make chairman. Because you know what? She and Eduwe Ofo, I get way off in my Facebook. They are everywhere. any any group, any group, whether na music, culture, I dey always see them. Most especially that if Ike. And I don't know how she still dey get time. I know her very well. I know her very well. You know, she come dey beg me the other thing, say, man, not let the people know who she be. One kakabo. Uh, so, make una, when Mother Eve Ike resumes, Edu and Short also had her. She's a very passionate Edo woman, and I like her passion. She's a great woman, and I will swabi we Edoni. Say, like I was saying about those social media people. This is the time you guys they should um there's one woman that she has contacted me. She's also a broadcaster. She talks about iden, and immortal. I think she talks about all of these women a lot. And she has contacted me last week, and I've spoken with her about exactly what we want, and she has keyed into it. So we want other broadcasters, all right, to also key into it, so that they can have a topic that is for the first time in a very long time that is reasonable, instead of any carrying all the time, or one propaganda, or one useless, I mean, normal say, normal here, um, normal hacking na tani and wata. But now you people can reach out to them that they should have a good topic. Na wabe ya wono na o. At least this is not propaganda. Any all the time. At least they should have something that will take their mind off their incessant propagandas. Uh, well, that's not a bad idea. But this one you are bearing Chinese name. I hope all is well. Oh. So now I bear Chinese name in that Chonsu. Anyway, I think we're done with today's program, and we need to take some rest. And, I'm exhausted. I need to catch some sleep. So, Chinese Edoma, but yeah, then I mean, yeah, do rock now. Oh, that's all con. It ain't supposed to be Chansu Imade. Well, anyway, I wish you guys all the best though. But me, I'd always, if you see me post on of Ife now, I think it's only the Oni of Ife that interests me that I post. Every other topic doesn't interest me. Nothing else interests me. If people like me na full Benin, people like their monkey face for not even they get 10 views though, because Maggie are tagging maybe I don't it's not just my thing. I don't um Maggie and all of that. I don't have the levity of getting involved in what will not change anything. I'm currently writing an article. All right. I'm writing an article. The article should be out tomorrow morning. I'm working on the article and I've been on it since yesterday at my spare time. So when I'm not that too busy, I can be able to write one or two things about some aspect of our history. The title of the article is Conspiracies Against the Benin Royal Palace, Part 1. I'm going to write it to almost like Part 10. The essence of the article is for Benin people to know that not be today people begin gang up against the Oba of Benin. Ganging up has always been part of our history. All right, and this time around, we're writing about an event that happened November 1924. All right, during the reign of Obayaweka II, a conspiracy against Obayaweka. Once you see the article tomorrow, by God's grace, if I'm able to conclude it this night, you will love it. It's most interesting. So I just want to let Benin know that it is not today that they are being gang up within and outside against the royal throne. And those people who ganged up, where are they today? Or those people who were all ganging up at one point in history or the other, where are they today? They are no longer alive. But the institution that they have ganged up against is still there. It's still there. So, an institution created by God and our ancestors will not fall. It can't be defeated. But that doesn't mean that people won't try. We all see all the conspiracies in recent times against the royal house. But the essence of the article is to tell the Benin people that they should relax their mind. It is not the first time that people try to gang up against the royal house. Know the truth, know this today, and have peace. I know a lot about these conspiracies. And that is why I'm always relaxed. When people tell me that you don't feel too threatened about all of this threat, I tell them that am I mere a do na Miami baby not there? Am I me no my there? Alright, but the situation fizzles out, dies out. The people who conspired or who are conspiring, they all will die out. Then the Oba of Benin, the throne of the Oba of Benin remains. So that is why I'm not too bothered. So I'm sure that when you read about the article tomorrow, it will inspire you. It happened November 1924. It almost shut down Benin Kingdom. I mean, in that donor, and I made conspiracy. He almost shut down the entire Benin Kingdom. But the palace survived it. And after that 1924 event, 1937, few years later, another conspiracy happened again during the reign of Obayiweka II. The palace survived it. No this and no peace. All right. So I know. Anyway, why I don't know. I appreciate all of you. You're the add all of them. No. That is not Gaia's Obaseki conspiracy. That was more so doing on Kenzwa the second. The one in question is Gaius Obaseki conspiracy. That one was also a conspiracy against the Oba of Benin, Oba Kenzwa the second. Anyway, I think we're done. We should round up. I thank all of you for joining us. God bless all of you. We're going to be seeing soon, even before on Sunday, we'll see soon because we try to be holding um, uh, um, we try to be holding this meeting as consistent as possible. And I would also like one of the committee members, I'm going to give access to this page to you. Any of you who want to come on live can also come on live and use it to also brief us of meanwhile I can say how many people you've reached out to, how many of these groups you've reached out to that are diaspora based, and how much funds has come through the committee. So most important thing, please, I want all of these financial records to be kept. Every single money, every 5,000, every 2,000, all right, has to be kept clean so that people can be aware what they are donating. But we have a target of 1,880,000. 580,000 has been paid. Dr. Morodion volunteered 400. I volunteered 180. That's 580. So we have a target of 1.3 million. All right. People will say, Izodowa, why not go and meet this honorable, this senator, this minister, this that. Look at me. We are Benin Kingdom. Ma, any cow, your bo, no dollar do it. Are politicians? The last people that I will ever want to go to their house to seek for anything. This is social media. Are you listening? The last people on earth that is Zodowa, Imason and Mowe Zodowa would like to go to their house to seek for any help are politicians. You know why? They are liars. They are liars. They are liars. How do I say this? If anybody who cannot bring his money to support the cause of his people without expecting anything in return, if any of those persons, error, I don't call them Iwedo. Say you give me 50,000. Say, well, I me 50,000 a year support what? Then without having it in mind, where I say I'm in Zodo way campaign, man. If you're giving 1 naira to the cause of your people, for your fathers, for your kingdom, and you are expecting a return, you have failed as a Benin man. You're not supposed to. Because it's your land. If you don't do it, you're supposed to do it. You want Sultan of Sokoto to come and be the one to Nosim Segedo. So we must start teaching ourselves that you can sacrifice without expecting anything in return. And 99.9% of the politicians, when they give you 1 naira, they expect something in return. And they are not, their ideology is not compatible with my ideology about what I think, what I believe an Edo man should be all about. So if it is otherwise, involved, just know that things like this are not involved. Just know that certainly politicians are not involved. Just know that most of all these people that Nawate that I know that they have soaked their hand in one impunity or the other are not involved. If they are involved, I back out. That is why you don't see me in public gatherings. You don't see me mingling with any politician, either as my peers, as my friends, or as my elders. I don't. So, please join them. Me I say PRO, committee PRO. Jeff Ajayi is asking, so you also collect his number. Anybody that asks for account number, please collect their number and add them to the WhatsApp group. Add me to Niwe Deba, so that when me have a donate, even if I talking small money like this, me have a donate, so you also add me so that we'll see how much we can be able to raise as a group. It is not only this committee that is expected to raise. If you can reach to other social media groups or other associations, reach out to all of them. For whatever reasons, I can't reach out to all of these social media. If you can reach out to them, please. Beautiful and sweet. If you can reach out to them, please do. All right, do so that. I found a girl. If you can reach out to them, please do, so that we can have a robust. All right, even those ones you think that I blocked them recently, that they are, I make a lot of enemies. Well, if you say what, if you, I have. I don't know how to fight people. That's why I can never be involved in any propaganda. I don't know how to fight people, but I know how to block people a lot. If you stress me, or if you say something that I didn't like, that I felt it wasn't true, instead of me to start arguing with you on Facebook, to start calling you, say, bros, what you do that day not good, I just block you. I know they play with the peace of my mind. I know they play with my peace of mind at all. I think that's the only thing that I don't want anybody to joke with or play with. So once you give me 1% stress, we won't reach 5%. I don't block you. It doesn't mean that for blocking you that I hate you, or I don't hate you. But I just don't want you to be disturbing me with your own wahala. I don't like wahala. So everything is in the hand of the committee. Paul Philip, Messier Kwase. Okay, let me add Mr. Paul Philip, Miss or Mrs. She says she will arrange one girl for me. I'm gonna Messier Kwase, me again, arrange me. How I okay, anyway, we'll go to the other room out. When I mean other room, I mean chat room. Other room, if you get me, I mean chat room. Messenger, I mean Messier Kwase. Then we have Bridget Wonder, Ima, Madam Bridget. I don't know her real name, Madam Bridget Wonder, as a secretary. Then we have Princess Ogbetin as our treasurer. CIO, then we have the biggest Edo Wahala person on social media. At times, I don't know whether they sleep. And why use laugh kill us on social media? And do you for? Anyway, you guys are so amazing. Let me comment some of you. I've seen some of your works. It's most amazing. The likes of Dewey Ofo, the likes of Princess, the likes of Eve Ike. I don't want to mention her real name on Facebook, so that I have attract you, madam. Um, I say, I think I also see Messiah Kwase sometimes. These people, outside the other ones, I know them, like my brother Ogbede Oyo. There's one, Orionba. There's one Okuta. That guy, only Bogbe. Ah, Jesus. You guys are doing amazingly. You are holding forth for the winning kingdom. I see all of you. Uh, my son are your namesake. Uh-huh. You dey talk to me like Izoduwa. I don't get many godchildren, no. Oh, shit. Don't worry, I'll send my €100. Naya Nero, ne. I mean they talk, I not believe until you do video, send can't give me because he jokes with everything. So this one man do way for talk. I don't believe until he sent video, probably with his own wife when they say nah Izoduwa, his son, now my namesake before I believe. He jokes a lot, so don't take him serious until he gives you verification. But however, these guys have been really amazing. Uh, these guys have been really, really, really amazing for holding forth, for making life unbearable for our young bar, our down. So I see all of you, even if most times I don't get to see. If you like, you write seriously. So if you write seriously, I know we won't take you now. Now I take you. I know I'll take you seriously, joking. But has a bunny. Don't believe him, oh! Don't believe him. I would need evidence before I'll not believe him. He's Mr. Joker. Hmm. So that's the problem of those who play jokes a lot. Even if they are not telling you the truth, you will no longer believe them. Oh, well, So anyway, you guys have been very amazing. I appreciate all of you. Even if Princess Maggie, you are supposed to. I see your hand works too, but it's just that a bebo wana wati wala wa agbere yin wo. We are doing oloi Iden's Day, February 14th every year. Wow. Why I so magbon. Wow. I think Queen Eden should be made as a propaganda. Say with the like propaganda. Do people they like make it as a propaganda topic. Why more? How you guys will do it? They all your power, no. If now one lie, I'm gonna put on top of Queen Eden, normal why or where. So it can't be propaganda. We can't discuss and say, "Oh my way, on our way, on my way." Propaganda don't talk. Come, but the most important thing, let's achieve what we want to achieve. I don't know whether you understand. Let's achieve what we want to achieve by making her popular and by making that day special. So that's what I'm pleading for. Why was it? So I thank all of you. I think this should be my longest live video ever. It's almost 2 hours. So why always say so I'll see you guys on WhatsApp. Obara talk by so now maybe the positive lady. It is I don't follow you. I didn't follow you. Follow. Most times, what people don't understand is that I follow most of our, no, not most. I follow few of them, and I will laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. You understand? So, but meanwhile, but I think we should. My advice, if I have a wherewithal, I would have since called all of these social media people, most especially Abe Emmanuel, we normal back hotel. I would have since called all of you together so that we can have a seminar. And when I have 1 hour, 30 minutes to 2 hours conversation, with all of you. I'm sure that most of you will understand that all of these things that some of you do on social media is not does not augur well for our people. We should not. There are things that is not expected as an adult woman, most especially an adult woman, to talk. I've or we do as Italian or team from nowhere. There are things that adult women should not engage in. There are some practices adult women should not even talk about in public. Social media might have changed a lot of things, but it shouldn't change who we are as a people. We are Edo people. We are not Yoruba. We are not Igbos. We are not any other tribes in the world. We're special. We're special people. People who are known that are traditionally conscious. An Edo man should not be seen disrespecting his elders. An Edo man or an Edo woman, irrespective of whether he or she is wrong or not. Emi boom raw Edo why. But I just pray that not too far from now, I can be able to bring all of these people together and tell them who they really are as a people. And I'm sure that for those who can listen, they will eventually see that they have always been embarrassing us as a people. Because some of their attitude is abominable to us as an Edo people. People who reverse their culture and their tradition. All right. So why I was say about talk by he said so we'll see soon. All right.